Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Orlando, and today we're gonna have a conversation, guys. A conversation that comes up all the time and that examples that I see. And one of the things is, as you saw in the title of this video, is people buying cars, which are, to me, liabilities. In some instances, they can be assets, right? You know, they appreciate over time, but we're talking about the norm, the majority, people buying cars instead of real estate. And the reason why, if you invest in buying multiple cars, especially before you even buy any type of real estate, I mean, you kind of already write your narrative that your fate for the future, in my view. So let's talk about it. What am I talking about? Lots of times I run into individual young people who have taken my course, and they get into their very first deal. They do that one deal that we're talking about, that one deal that you were trying to do for the last 5, 6, 7, maybe even 10 years. You finally get that one deal and you make a paycheck of $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, right? And you make that money. And what's the first thing that you're going to do? You're going to go out and buy a 7 Series BMW. You're going to go out and try to buy a G-Wagon, or you're gonna try to put a down payment on that Lambo that you've always wanted. And I always scratch my head and go, why would you do that? You literally spent all your time trying to get over this one hump, and you finally accomplished a goal, and you're going to spend it on something that's an appreciating asset? It mind boggles me. I have also seen situations where someone will pull up into a house that they bought for $10,000, but I'll see them in a G-Wagon, or I'll see them in a, the highest model of a Tesla, or a highest model of a BMW, Lexus, whatever, but you have a $10,000 house. What sense? In what world does that make sense that you have a $100,000 car that you are paying on, that you have purchased, that you have bought for $100,000, but you have a $10,000 asset? Now, here's the thing. If you buy a house that's $10,000, the chances of that house appreciating, are you getting anything out of it other than that $10,000? It's very small. Normally, low-costing, cheap houses, they just trade hands at the same price, if not a couple $1,000s over. They don't have mass appreciation or really good gain in appreciation, because appreciation is determined by the area, and the area is determined by how many jobs come into the area, how many businesses are building in that area, the attractions that drive people to that area. You have to look at it like an apartment building. If an apartment building doesn't have anything or no amenities around it, it's not necessarily considered like an A-class building. You have to have a gym in there, swimming pool, a dog park. All of those things included into that apartment building makes it a higher class property. Well, the same thing is determined by the area. If you don't have jobs, businesses, and attractions, meaning like restaurants and things that people want to do in their normal everyday life, then that area is not going to grow. And if you bought a house there for $10,000, you have to know that that area really isn't going to grow. But what you decided to do, is you said, I have $110,000. I'm going to take $10,000 and buy a house with that because I need a place to stay. It's a low cost place to stay. But I'm going to spend the other $100,000 on car. And you know the reason why? It's because you care what people think. You want people to believe or look at you and say, that guy's rich. That guy or girl is rich. But why do you want that? Why do you want someone to look at you and say, that person is rich, when you're not? When you're not. That is the thing that blows my mind so much about this scenario, is you're not rich. So why try to look like you're rich? Why not focus on trying to get into more properties so that you can get as many properties underneath your belt to where you're able to buy that car. I am in no way, shape, or form really a big car guy. But if you have the money, meaning the cash flow, your net worth, all of those things are in check, and you want to go out and buy you a G-Wagon or the top of the line BMW, go right ahead, because you have the money to do that. You're not exchanging one for the other. You're not saying to yourself, hey, you know what? I know I worked 7 years to get this first property, and you know what? I'm gonna exchange this car to make me look rich for actually being rich, or actually having a net worth, or actually using this money to grow my money. Because let me tell you what, that car is not gonna grow. And you will feel like, oh wow, everybody's got their eyes on me. Everybody thinks I'm rich. You will get the attention that you want. But at the end of the day, you won't be able to keep up on the maintenance on the car. You probably won't be able to live your life the way that you want to. You won't be able to take trips. You won't be able to throw money back into whatever business that you have. Let it be real estate, another business, or whatever. You won't be able to do any of those. And my whole point of this video is to let people know, please, if you are doing real estate and you buy into real estate and you get your first property underneath your belt, please take that money and reinvest it into real estate. There are so many tax benefits for real estate. Why waste those tax benefits on a car? You're gonna literally throw away tax benefits to put it on a car. Now, what does that say about the individual? That says that you're not really about your money. You're not really about growing wealth or legacy or any of those things. What you are about is attention and about people knowing that you're rich. That's what you wanted from the very beginning. And if that's what you wanted from the very beginning and you know that, hey, more power to you. But do not disguise it and say that, oh, I want this, I want legacy, I want to have net worth, I want to have something to pass down to my kids and all this other stuff. But then take the benefits, tax benefits, take the cash flow, take the equity out of real estate to buy a depreciating asset like a car. And that's the reason why I always say, if I see someone doing that, or I hear that someone did, I already know what they're about. I know that they're about flashiness. They're about showing others something that they don't have more than working on your craft, getting more properties, getting better at buying deals, getting better at creating that wealth and that cash flow. They're not about that. And they're about the flashiness. And those are individuals that I do not want. I'm not about that. I don't want to be around individuals like that. I want to be around individuals that want to help you and me grow. And for that to happen, you have to be around people with the same mindset. And someone with that mindset is gonna drag you down. And yeah, I know this video may come off rantish, but I just wanted to let people know, because there's someone out here that's going to make that mistake. I know it. There's someone who's watching my videos who's gonna get that nice check that you be seeing on Instagram, that nice check that you see someone covering up the top and showing you the amount of $100,000 from that title company. And they're gonna say, I'm gonna buy that Lamborghini. Instead of taking that money and reinvesting it. And let me give you guys a secret too. Someone who sees that check, let me just tell you, someone who's showing you a check, let me just give you a little knowledge here. Someone who's showing you that check of $98,000, $100,000, $200,000, and they got it from the title company, they're not doing 1031 exchanges, because checks cannot touch your hand. If you're doing a 1031 exchange, that means that they're not taking advantages of the tax benefits. That means that they're getting hit with a tax bill at the end of the year for that money that they touched. So a lot of times people aren't taking advantage of those things. Now, there's some other situations, like maybe it's a partnership or something like that. I understand. But just know that a lot of times the things that you see here on social media, Instagram, YouTube, they're not actual reality, guys. They're not. So I implore you, please take your money that you're getting from your first deal, take the cash flow and reinvest it into real estate. So I hope you got value out of this content. I'm gonna need you to watch this next video here. This next video here will get you into your first rental property, R2, R3, R4. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks.